Hello everyone, I Gurpreet Singh welcome you all to my channel Maths by Gurpreet Singh. So far we have been doing the chapter polynomials of ninth class NCERT book, that is chapter 2nd, and we have successfully completed the examples and concepts of first two exercises. And let's start with the third exercise, and the major concept that we are going to deal with in this exercise is how to divide two polynomials. It's very easy concept because it follows a basic pattern, a basic sequence of steps which must be followed in order to get the answer right. And most of you must be familiar with the concept of division of two polynomials, but let's just remind and let's help those students who are not familiar with the concept. All right, we'll directly start with the example and we will see how this method goes. We have to divide px, that is x plus 3x square 1, by gx, that is x plus 1. Now px by gx means px will be our dividend, x plus 3x square plus 1 will be our dividend. The very first step is that you have to rearrange the given polynomial, which is going to be our dividend, in the term or in the order of decreasing degrees. All right, so firstly we will write 3x squared. This is a very basic step and most of the students forget to do this, and that's why they don't get the answer correct at the end. All right, so don't forget to just arrange your polynomial in the order of decreasing degrees of the variable. So our dividend or our given px becomes this, and same for gx. You also have to rearrange in the same way as you have arranged px, but in this it's already arranged, so we will write x plus 1. This is our dividend, this is our divisor. Now we will divide and we will see what our quotient and remainder will be. So let's start with the very first step, that is take the first term of your dividend, that is 3x square, divide it with the first term of your divisor. You will get 3x, right? Now write 3x here as a first term of the quotient and multiply 3x by the whole divisor. What will you get? 3x square plus 3x, right? So write here 3x square plus 3x. Now of course you have to subtract, it means signs will be changed, minus and minus, this will be cancelled completely. X minus 3x, you will get minus of 2x plus 1. Now this will become your dividend, and take the first term of this and again the first term of your divisor. Divide both, minus 2x upon x. What will you get? Minus 2. Again repeat the same step, write minus 2 here and multiply minus 2 by your whole divisor. What will you get? Minus 2x minus 2. Write minus 2x minus 2. Now just change the signs, this will be cancelled and 1 plus 2 will be equal to 3. Alright, 1 plus 2 will be equal to 3, minus 2x minus 2. Alright, and here I guess in the statement it's plus 1, yes it's 3. Alright, in the book in the statement here is minus 1 and here I have written plus 1, so it doesn't matter, we were just dealing with our answer or remainder. Alright, so this was the step and the procedure which must be followed in order to get the answer right, get the remainder right. Alright, this is how you do these kind of sums. So let's try with another example, and a typical one, a complicated one, that how to divide two polynomials. Now we have to divide 3x raised to power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 by x minus 1. This will be our dividend, and this is already arranged in the decreasing order of the degrees of the variable. So we will write it as it is, 3x raised to power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1. What will be our divisor? X minus 1. We will follow the same procedure step by step in order to make things clear. First term of this and first term of this, divide both. You will get 3x raised to power 4 upon x. Ultimately you will get 3x cube. 3x cube will be here only. Now multiply 3x cube by your divisor. You will get 3x raised to power 4 minus 3x cube. Right here, 3x raised to power 4 minus 3x cube. Subtract, change the signs, minus and plus. This will be cancelled. Minus 4 plus 3, that is minus of x cube. Take one more term, minus of 3x. Now this becomes your dividend. First term of this, first term of this. Divide minus of x cube. Just don't forget to take signs along with as well. Alright, in order to just make your answer correct, you have to consider these signs as well. Most of the students only take x cube and don't consider the sign, but don't do this mistake, alright, because this is mostly repeated by maximum students. Minus of x cube upon x, the first term, you will get minus of x square, right? So minus of x square will be here. Now multiply minus of x square by your divisor. You will get minus of x cube plus of x square. So write it here, minus x cube plus x square. Change the signs. This will be cancelled. Minus 3x minus x square. So you can see that this is x and this is x square. You cannot solve this. So you will simply write minus of x square minus of 3x, because you cannot subtract, and we have to obey the rule of arranging the polynomials at any step in the decreasing order. So that's why I have written minus of x square before minus of 3x. Alright, I hope you understand this concept. Now take minus 1, first term of this, first term of this, minus of x square upon x. You will get minus of x. Multiply minus of x with your whole divisor, that is x minus 1. You will get minus x square plus x. Right here, minus x square plus x. Change the signs. What will you get? You will cancel these terms. Minus 3x minus x, that is minus of 4x minus 1. Clear? So first term of this, first term of this, minus 4x upon x, you will get minus 4 only. Write minus 4 and multiply minus 4 by your divisor. You will get minus 4x plus 4. Minus 4x plus 4. Change the signs. This will be cancelled and minus 5 will be your remainder. So this is our quotient, this is our remainder, this is dividend, this is divisor. This is how you can solve the division of two polynomials when a term of 1 degree is missing. That, as you have seen, that x square term was missing. So this is how to solve such polynomials or divide such polynomials. Let's make things even more clear with one more example. This is our 8th example. In this example, we have to divide x cube plus 1 by x plus 1. You can clearly see that x square term is missing and the term of x is also missing, but we have to divide it any which ways. So let's start with the process. X cube plus 1 will be our dividend and x plus 1 will be our divisor. So first term of this and first term of this, divide both of the terms. X cube upon x, you will get x square. Write x square as the first term of quotient. Multiply x square by x plus 1. What will you get? X cube plus x square. Write it here, x cube plus x square. Now change the signs. You will see that these terms will be cancelled, and again in the decreasing order of degrees we will write minus x square plus 1. So first term of this and first term of this, again divide. Minus x square upon x, you will get minus of x, right? Minus of x. Multiply minus x by x plus 1, you will get minus x square minus x. Write it here, minus x square minus x. Change the signs. You will see this will be cancelled and you will be left with x plus 1. First term of this and first term of this, that is x upon x, you will get 1 only. 1 will be the last term of quotient. multiply 1 by x plus 1, what will you get? X plus 1. Directly write x plus 1, change the signs, and both terms will be cancelled and your remainder will be 0. So this is our quotient, this is our divisor, and this is our remainder. So the remainder is 0. Now from this example we can conclude a result that our remainder is 0. It means x plus 1 is a factor of our given polynomial, and if we want to find the 0 of the given polynomial, we can find it from the factor that is already given. So we can put x plus 1 equal to 0 and x is equals to minus 1. Now just put minus 1 in the dividend. What will you get? Minus 1 cube plus 1, or you will get minus 1 plus 1, it is equal to 0. So from here you can generalize a result, a normal result. In book its name is remainder theorem. Now what is remainder theorem? It states that if a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1, it means a polynomial like x square plus x minus 1, it is a polynomial of degree 2, it means greater than or equal to 1, is divided by any other polynomial, any other linear polynomial. So linear polynomial means it must be look like x plus a, where a is any real number. It must look like x plus a linear polynomial only. Then the remainder will be p of a. It means the value that we will find from this, that will be the remainder only, x plus a or x minus a. If in case of x plus a, your remainder will be p of minus a, and in case of minus a, your remainder will be p of a. Because when you will equate x plus a to 0, what will you get? X is equals to minus a, and then you can find the value. Alright, and if x minus a is equals to 0, then x will be equal to a. So this is the result which can be generalized. Alright, now we will do a similar example which is based on this concept, that how to use a remainder theorem. Example 9th. In this they have told us to find the remainder when x raised to power 4 plus x cube minus 2x square plus x plus 1 divided by x minus 1. Now if a student does not know what is the remainder theorem, he or she will go to divide the whole polynomial by the equation by the long division method, but it's very laborious. You know that long division method, there is a huge chance of making mistakes. So we will simply apply the remainder theorem. And what does remainder theorem say? If a polynomial is of the form x minus a, then our remainder will be p of a. So here a is equals to 1, or you can find a by equating this to 0 and x will be 1. It means your a is 1. Now what is p of x? P of x is given to be x raised to power 4 plus x cube minus 2x square plus x plus 1. What we have to find? P of a, that is p of 1. 1 raised to power 4 plus 1 raised to power 3 minus 2, 1 raised to power 2 plus 1 plus 1. What will you get? 1 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1 plus 1. It means 4 minus 2. Ultimately you will get 2. It means 2 is your remainder. So no need to apply long division method again and again when you are knowing remainder theorem. Alright, this is how to, I have told you how we have generalized the remainder theorem, how we can implement the remainder theorem on any of the function, and how we can save ourselves from applying the long division method time and again to find remainder. The only thing you have to keep in your mind is that your polynomial should be linear polynomial with which the polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 is being divided. You just have to keep this fact in the mind. Alright, we are only left with one example, so let's quickly do that and finish our exercise. This is our last example of this exercise, and in this we have to verify whether the given polynomial is a multiple of the another polynomial which is also given. So we know if this polynomial is being a multiple of this polynomial, it means it should be 0 by substituting the value of t which we will get from this equation. Alright, it means the remainder should be 0 if this polynomial is multiple of this 0. So how will we find the value of t? It's simple. The polynomial can be p of t. So p of t is 2t plus 1. Just equate p of t to 0. You will get 2t plus 1 equal to 0, or 2t is equals to minus 1, or t is equals to minus 1 upon 2. Clear? Now substitute t is equals to minus 1, 2 in the polynomial qt and see if your answer is 0. Because if the answer will be 0, it means this is the multiple of 2t plus 1, otherwise it's not. Now q of t is equals to, it's given to be 4t cube plus 4t square minus t minus 1. We have to find q of minus 1 by 2. We will see 4 minus 1 by 2 cube plus 4 minus 1 by 2 square minus minus 1 by 2 and minus 1, right? 4 minus 1 by 8 plus 4 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 minus 1, 4 2s are 8, minus 1 by 2, 4 4s are 1, 4 1s are 4, plus 1 plus 1 by 2 minus 1. So this will be cancelled and this will be cancelled. Your answer is 0. It means yes, qt is a multiple of pt. This is how you have to check whether a given polynomial is multiple of the another given polynomial or not. And with this example, we are done with all of the examples of exercise 2.3. Now you can start practicing exercise 2.3 in a very easy way. And if you are finding problem in dividing any polynomial with any other polynomial, just feel free to ask me anything in the comment section, or also you can DM me on my Insta ID, which is given in the description. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to press the subscribe button before leaving my channel, and don't forget to recommend these kind of videos to other people, other students who are in need of these kind of videos. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing. All the very best.